Hey Chuckle Fucks, it's me, Dark Raikou again. I was about to use my intro for my first channel and then I realized this is my second channel. So yeah, oops. Luckily I didn't say it. But other than that, this is what they call, what if Issei became or become a Vasto Lord? Probably English is bad there. Yeah, English really bad. But not the point. Let me actually mention how this is going to work somewhat. So you see here, Issei, okay, before I go on, I don't even know if people from like the high school DXE even know what a Vasto Lord is. So if you don't know what a Vasto Lord is, or mostly high school DXE fandom or whatever, if you don't know what a Vasto Lord is, which maybe, but Vasto Lords are basically those who are kind of became higher than hollows somewhat. Like you evolve. If you're a hollow, you evolve to become stronger, stronger, stronger. Then you evolve to becoming a Vasto Lord. I think that's how it went. Fuck, I haven't watched Bleach in a while. But not the point. I'm still watching Bleach and High School DxD and other things. But yeah. Also, I made it to season 5. I think I'm on High School DxD. Yeah, you know, I skip. Is it season 5 or is it season 3? Like, season 3, I just skipped it because I noticed it was fucking filler. Or not 3, it was 4. Yeah, I skipped it because it was fucking filler. I said, fuck that. I'm not gonna read through the Japanese titles because, well, not Japanese title, the English title because fuck that shit. But yeah. So I went on to, well, 5, but yeah, I'm on the first episode, but whatever. But of course, not the point. So, of Vasto Lord's stats, basically, Ichigo kind of got it through him going in rage from the fact that he died, but he wanted to protect Orihime in the first place. So, of course, he became a Vasto Lord to beat the shit out of another Vasto Lord. Was he already Vasto Lord? I can't remember Urahara or Urahara. Yeah, is that how you say his name? Yeah, Urahara or... don't remember. But he was in this form. I think it was a Vasto Lord. I think it was different. But whatever. Not the point, but yeah, Ichigo did go into that and beat the shit out of him. But yeah. Not the point. Let me go into this what if and yeah. So, let me go into, well, this what? Yeah. Why am I having a brain fart right now? Wait. Oh yeah, I should mention one thing. I am still sick. Yeah. Yay. But don't worry, I'm probably gonna get better. Probably tomorrow. This night or morning, I will sleep deprived from the fact that I slept for about 3 hours. You see here, I went to sleep at 3 o'clock, and then when I woke up at like 5, and I didn't drink some like NyQuil. That was off-brand, but whatever. That was the only thing I had. But of course, after that, I woke up at like 11. And I think it was 3 hours or probably more. I don't know. I was just sleep deprived. But not the point. Let me go back into the what if, okay? So, yeah. So we go into, well, basically the rating games, and where Riser is actually right now holding Issei from like the collar. This is where Riser, or is it Riser Rider? I don't remember. It's something with an R. But of course, Rider says, "Goodbye, you pathetic devil." Right now, having a fire, like a fireball attack in his hand. This is where Rias is saying, "No, stop it, Rider. Stop it." This is where Rider says, "Goodbye, you pathetic devil. You would have been never. Not never. You would have been nothing. Ha. You're a pathetic pawn." Well, at least Rias is gonna be mine, he said in such a lustful tone. This is where, well, Rias was about to say, "I give up," until, well, Issei says, "Rias, just remember." He kind of just like smiled towards her with this running grin and says, "Remember, never give up. That's what you taught me. And I guess I won't give up neither." This is where, well, Issei is trying to use his booster gear, but he can apparently. This is where, well, Rider says, "Well, goodbye, you pathetic weakling." He sent a fire attack into Issei, blasting him straight to the ground. This is where the queen is laughing. This is where, well, also, Razor sister, or not Razor, Rider's sister is over there just kind of flying, but yeah, this is where he says, "No, Issei." This is where Issei is right now unconscious. But of course, this is where something happens. Right now, he just remembers something. Or not even remembers. He goes into his mindscape. And what appears, it's basically a white version of him. This white version is saying, "Ah, it's been a while, Issei. Have you finally realized that just leaving out your emotions and becoming a pervert to try to hide those emotions? You know, you became much more pathetic about 2 years ago. Well, you became so pathetic over 2 years. Ah, well, Issei, since you're unconscious, maybe I should take over. Maybe we should start what happened 2 years ago." That's where Issei says, "No, you can't do this, White." That's where, well, the white version of Issei said, "But I can. Let's start what you haven't started. Unless you want to defeat me. Besides, I am supposed to be the horse, and you're supposed to be the king. But I guess instincts will say that I will have to become king. So what about it, Issei? Are you gonna fight about it? Or are you gonna let me slaughter everyone, even those that you care about?" So Issei says, "No, stop it." This is where, well, White says, "Then stop me, Dan." We go into the outside. Something happens. White kind of like water thing, whatever, goes around Issei. And of course, writer says, "So, Rias, do you think," what's it called? Also, they don't actually see Issei's body transforming yet. But this is where, well, writer says, "Oh, Rias, have you finally given up? Your pawn is gone. He's barely able to even stand up. But don't worry, I'll kill him for real if you haven't fully broken out." Well, mostly broke down in despair. "So come on, tell me. Are you going to give up and become my bride now?" That's where Rias was about to say yes, until they hear this loud scream that sounds like this. Yeah, I had to go get a video just for it because I'm not gonna scream. I would have done it in regular video, but my voice hurts. But yeah, not the point. Let me go back into the water. They hear the scream, and of course, when they turn to where Issei fell down, this is where the dimension is cracking since of the power pressure. Right now, Issei stood up, his hair becoming longer brown. But of course, this is where a mask appears on his face. This is where two horns protruded from his mostly mask. Well, not, yeah, mask. And of course, around his like head mask or whatever. This is where, well, it appears to protrude it. But of course, it then had a like second kind of horns. Well, kind of, yeah, another pair of horns like near the other two that protruded from his head. But yeah, mostly this time it was actually on top of his head and on the side. But yeah, this is where, well, it protruded. And of course, this is where Issei's, yeah, hair became longer. His clothing stayed the same, well, except for his like shirt. It's ripped off. And of course, this is where a hole appears right in his middle of his chest. This hole, you can see through it, yeah, pretty much, yeah. But of course, this is where lines started appearing. Right now, kind of going to, well, and the hole is in the middle of like his chest and all that. So one line, well, like 3 lines are going from his, what's it called, right side into his left side. Well, mostly towards left side and towards right side. But yeah, this is where, well, he is right now roaring in anger, Issei. This is where, well, the creature is no longer Issei. But of course, this is where Issei appears right in front of Ryder, punching him right in the face, launching him away from Rias. This is where, well, Rias kind of noticed, well, Issei. This is where Issei is right now just breathing out, like if he was breathing out fire a little bit, or like, what's it called, just ice breath. This is where, well, you can just see the breath, like steam. This is where, well, Issei then appears right in front of the queen. And this is where a ball of energy appears right between the horns that kind of appear right now in Issei's, well, head. This is where this attack is called Settle. This is where the Issei doesn't say anything. It's basically it's still roaring in anger. But of course, the queen tries to block it with like a defense magic, but instead she gets blasted away. And Issei does move his head when he kind of blasts her away, moves it towards what's it called, the dimension. Of course, when it blasted and what's it called, the blast mantle hit like a direct, I don't know, like an actual hit contact, it started exploding things. It started also destroying like the kind of fake illusion school buildings. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei then roars again, right now screaming in anger and rage. This is where, well, this is none other than Vasto Lord Issei. This is where, well, we go into Issei's mind. Issei says, "Stop it!" He's trying to fight against, well, what's it called? White. White is saying, "Come on, Issei. Let it happen. Don't you want it? Don't you want to win? You can't defeat me unless you're supposed to win. This is only a battle about victors. Come on. Come on, Issei. Show me what you have. You don't have much since the last, how should I say, 2 years." This is where, well, he says, "Shut up!" This is where he tried to punch at, well, White, and White just dodges, saying, like I told you, Issei, don't get in my way." This is where White smacks Issei in the face, kind of pushing him away. This is where White says, "Come on. You can do better, right? You're right now in rage. You can barely control your emotions. And yet, you're going to let everyone die." This is where, well, Issei says, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up." This is where, well, White says, "Come on, Issei, fight me with all you have. Show me what you have." This is where, well, we go outside from the mindscape. Rias is seeing this. Also, the dimension is kind of collapsing. But of course, where, well, the Devil King's Mosi was a called Cerzatharus, and also was a called Soya. Oh yeah, is this Soya? Sonoya? Oh wait. Sona, and what's it called, her assistants or whatever. This is where, well, or mostly her queen or whatever. This is where they're all seeing this, and of course, this energy that's protruding from Issei is not magic. It's not even the dragon magic or devil magic. It's nothing compared to this world. This is nothing but just spiritual pressure, Rialsu, if you like to mostly call it. But yeah, but in English it's just called spiritual pressure. This is where, well, the Vasto Lord Issei rushes towards the car where Riser will be at. Riser appears from the crater, or mostly from mostly the kind of debris and all that, and just blasts towards the Vasto Lord Issei. This is where he punches Issei in the face, but that shit didn't even hurt the mask. This is where the Vasto Lord Issei fucking uppercutted fucking Riser up to the sky in such high speed. This is where, well, other people from, well, mostly from the pawns and other chess pieces from either Rias and what's it called, Rider's side, they're seeing this. They're like, what is that? This is where, well, Anaka, oh yeah, Anaka or Akana? I think it's Akana. Akana, Kiba, So Koneko is right now seeing this, and this is where all their eyes are wide, and even, well, except for what's it called, Isa? Yeah, I think it's Isa. This is where, well, or Asia or whatever, Aisha, Isa, whatever. She isn't there. She's still unconscious, but this is where when she opened her eyes, she's barely opening them, and then she's thinking it's like a dream, so she closed them back because all she sees is Ria's there, and of course she's still very tired from the fact that she almost got like hit. And saw Issei hurt mostly. This is where, oh, Rias is seeing this, and this is where Rias says, this is where she remembers a memory. A little memory from the fact that when she was talking to Issei about, what's it called, about the whole plan and planning strategy, because Rias wasn't sleeping much, and she was trying to plan a strategy. She met Issei right now kind of wandering also. This is where Issei kind of understand about the strategies and other things. And this is where, well, Issei kind of said something strange to her. This is where Issei said, "If I became a monster, would you kill me?" This is where Issei was, his tone was not cheerful or anything. It wasn't very like scared or anything. It was emotionless. This is where Rios was confused. She then just laughed it off, saying, "You idiot. Of course I wouldn't kill you. I'll try to bring you back because you're part of my, what's it called? Well, group. You're part of my, what's it called? Servants and all that. You're part of my family." That's where Issei kind of smiles, and that's where he says, "I see. But I'm asking you for real. Would you kill me if I became a monster? Or would that monster help you and actually getting away from the marriage? But after getting away from the marriage, or destroying Riser, would you finally kill me? I'm nothing but a monster. Even though Issei said that quietly last part, this is where, well, Rias kind of hugs what's it called, Issei, and says, don't think about it like that. Besides, you're the strongest. You just have to believe in yourself. This is where, well, Issei nodded. And of course, this is where Rias is now seeing the Vasto Lord of Issei. This is where Issei is now in still more rage, screaming in the background. This is where, well, Riser, he's right now up in the air, still kind of having phoenix wings, and saying, you low-level devil, do you think you can defeat me? This is where, well, Issei, this is where his head, another ball of energy appears, but this time there's two. Thanks to the horns that are protruding from, well, mostly Issei's skull and the side of him, it kind of makes them be able to kind of use two different settles and those two different horns. But yeah, either together or just separate. But yeah, this is where, well, one is making a greenish blast while the other one is making this kind of purplish blast. This is where the attack launches straight towards, well, Ryder. This is where Ryder says, I will be defeated. Fire Phoenix Blast! This is where he sent a Fire Phoenix Blast, which I don't know if that's actually a thing. I'm just making up things after a while. But this is where, well, he sent the attack, and this is where, well, the Phoenix gets obliterated, and Riser then sees heaven, or mostly his light flash between his eyes. Well, not heaven, but yeah, you get the point. Just sees his light flash between his eyes. He gets blasted out of the air. This is where he's launching down to the ground in an instant, just smashing down. He lost so much energy. For some reason, that blast destroyed his energy. He had to reform his body in an instant. Even though he has lots of stamina and other things, regenerations, it's like his body was destroyed in an instant before he managed to regen. But of course, during that time, he lost so much energy. This is where he falls down to the ground and says, what the? Did he manage to almost kill me entirely? This is where, well, he then tried to stand up, but this is where, well, Vasto Lord Issei did grab one of the blades from mostly where Kiba kind of used, what's it called, sword bringer? Was it sword bringer? Or something like that to bring like a bunch of swords. This is where Issei grabs one of the blades, but this blade was like a thin katana and all that. And this is where it was a white katana and all that. This is where Vasto Lord Issei kind of walks towards him. This is where, well, his mask I should mention is like white, just purely white, but yeah. This is where, well, the Vasto Lord Issei appears right in front of what's it called, well, Riser. This is where Riser was confused until he was cut down into two. This is where, well, his like body falls down. This is where he tries to regenerate, but this is where, well, Issei just stomp on his like head. This is where, well, Riser says, you can't do this. You can't do this. This is where, well, Issei screams. This is where he screams another. He screams. Oh shit, sorry. He screams another time before making, what's it called, another settle appears on top of his head. This is where the two, what's it called, like purple and green appears. This is where then a red appears in the middle. For some reason, Issei is somehow able to create 3 different settles, even though some people like Ichigo can create barely one. But this is where Issei is screaming and about to blast, well, Ryder, is it Ryder? Fuck, I don't remember. So, Riser, sorry, I actually don't remember his name, I just call him Fire Chicken. So, I'm just calling him Riser, yeah, that's his actual name. But Riser was saying, no, you can't. This is where, well, Issei was about to blast him to the fucking, well, the Neverlands. But yeah, this is where, well, Riser winds his eyes. This is where everyone winds their eyes. This is where Issei, who doesn't have a face of, well, mostly a face of, well, mostly of showing an expression or anything. But of course his eyes are right now glowing dark. Mostly they're dark. And his eyes, instead of being green, they're actually a yellowish color. This is where, well, not a yellowish color, it's like a purplish color. This is where, well, the blast was about to blast, what's it called? Well, Riser away. Ria says, stop! But this is where, when she tries to get close, the blast radius managed to push her away. This is where, well, Riser was no longer a threat. He was actually obliterated. He was destroyed. His heart was beating. He was about to reform, but this is where Issei stabs it with the, what's it called, sword that he had. This is where, well, Issei then turns to see Rias, and this is where Rias says, Issei, stop! This is where, well, what's it called, Vasto Lord Issei kind of walks towards her. This is where he still has a sword. This is where Issei is right now in his mind saying, stop! Stop, White! White says, you can't stop me. Come on, Issei. Don't you know about the whole little speech I gave you? If you want to take it, you're gonna have to fight me and win about it. If you lose, I'm gonna kill her. This is where Issei says, no, I won't let you. This is where Issei right now has, like in the mindscape, a bright whitish light appears before punching White out of the way. This is where Issei says, I won't let you hurt any of my friends. Never, ever. This is where Issei's hand was right now glowing with, well, not a white light. It was kind of bluish. But at the same time, it became red. But at the same time, it just became white entirely. This is where, well, then black. But yeah, this is where Issei says, fuck you. This is where he then uses his right hand, and his right hand did kind of become red and green, because this is the red dragon. It was just the left hand that was kind of glowing in different colors, but he didn't care. He punches White out of the way and say, I'll take control again. You're not going to do anything to anyone. This is where, well, White grins when he was getting punched and pushed away. This is where we go out of the mindscape. Rhea saw the sword about to cut her down. This is where our surge actor was actually going to stop it. Until, well, something happens. The sword managed to be thrown away. And of course, this is where, well, the left hand of Issei decides to move, going towards the horns. And right now, snapping them off. This is where, well, the mask started collapsing and breaking. The other, like, horns started also breaking and collapsing. This is where Issei's hair is going back to normal. Mostly just normal height. This is where Issei saw Rias before about to collapse also. Rhea saw one of his eyes is brown, the other eye is purple. This is where Issei said, are you fine? This is where Issei passes out. Rhea rushes up to saying, Issei! This is where, well, we go outside the mindscape, but yeah, we're mostly inside the mindscape. White kind of just smirks to himself, saying, finally, the king is brought back. All I had to do was push him a little bit. Welcome back, Issei, the true ruler of the... Wait, come on. No. He said it quietly, but of course, no one else heard him. That's where, well, he vanished into dust, but disappears. But yeah, then we get out of the mindscape. Issei wakes up, right now, still having around a bunch of bandages around his body. The hole is gone from his chest. But of course, where, well, he then got memories. Memories of what happened. This is where he grabs his head and no. This is where, well, Issei is saying no. He's just grabbing his head even tighter, saying no. I should have been killed. No. This is where, well, he then tries to look for something to kill himself. This is where he then saw like a knife. Because, yeah, there was a knife right next to him. This is where Issei saw some apples, but just grabbed a knife. This is where Issei was about to stab him in his neck, trying to kill himself. This is where Rhea saw this and uses her kind of destructive magic to stop Issei from doing any of that. This is where Rhea says, what are you doing, Issei? Issei says, nothing. This is where, well, Rhea said, that sure doesn't look like nothing. What were you trying to do? Issei says, nothing at all. This is where, well, Rhea is very confused with Issei. She remembers kind of getting told, if I do become a monster, kill me. This is where, well, Rhea doesn't understand, but this is where she kind of gets close to him and just hugs him. This is where Rhea says, don't do anything scary like that again. This is where, well, Rhea then kind of pushes him from herself. This is where she says, if you have anything, just tell me. Don't hide it. This is where Issei says, I have nothing to hide. I'm just a little shocked that you actually hugged me. And this is where Issei kind of becomes pervert again, but yeah. That's where, well, Rhea says, I'm just glad you're back to normal. Issei says, yeah, in his mind says, yeah, in a dark tone. This is where, well, we go outside, and of course, where, well, everyone is kind of dressed up nice somewhat because, well, the rating games, yeah, Riser is gone, which some people are depressed, but yeah. It's where Surzek sees Rias and, well, Issei. Issei has what's called a kind of like arm brace, kind of like because he did kind of hurt his arm, because he smashed down to the ground really hard and his arm wasn't in the right place to falling down to the ground, so of course he hurt that shit. And of course, his other arm, he's just having what's called like a drink. Just a water. He's not drinking over here, but yeah. Even though he wants to, but yeah. He'd rather be drinking a cold one right now. I'm just kidding. Also, I think Issei is 17, so he doesn't drink. But this is where, well, Issei is looking around. This is where, well, some people are just kind of glancing at him. This is where some people are whispering, isn't he the one to defeat Riser? He was. That power is so strong that almost the dimension itself collapsed. Do you think he's a high-ranking devil? This is where some people are just whispering. Issei can hear it. Oh, that's what Issei says in his head. High-ranking devil. Don't make me laugh. I'm nothing but just a moth. This is where Ria says, Issei. This is where Issei says, yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of stopped thinking for a while. This is where he says, yeah, Rias. This is where Ria says, are you okay? Issei says, yeah, I'm fine. Of course I'm fine. I'm always fine. This is where, well, Rias is kind of confused, but yeah. This is where, well, Surzek says, that was a very interesting battle of a show, Issei. So, can I ask you a question? What was that power? Issei said, huh? Oh, I have no clue. This is where Rias kind of noticed Issei kind of like, just smiling and saying, I don't know that much, which Rias kind of believes him. This is where Surzek noticed it was a lie. That smile was falsely made. Issei knows exactly what it was, but Issei doesn't want to say what is it. This is where Issei says, yeah, I don't know anything in his mind. This is where, well, Issei says, I have no clue, but it must have been such a powerful ability. I have no clue. It might have been something with the pawn thing. I actually have no clue that much. You know me, I'm just Issei the Amazing. Those were Issei. He's trying to still brag about himself, but yeah. This is where, well, in his mind, Issei the worst. This is where, well, Issei says, well, other than that, I'm just happy that Rias doesn't need to marry any douchebag. This is where, well, Surzek says, that is true. I'm just glad my little sister has a very good person in her team, in her, what's it called? Well, servants. I'm just glad. This is where, well, Rias appears and says, yeah, is that all you want to bother him with? This is where, well, Surzek says, oh, come on, little sister, you don't need to be so mean. This is where, well, Rias and Surzek are just, well, mostly Surzek is kind of laughing and kind of making his little sister angry. And this is where Issei kind of notices. This is where Issei thinks it's a little memory. We'll see of, like, Surzek being someone that he knows with orange hair. And mostly him being as Rias with brownish hair. Mostly, well, the orange hair person was just smiling. Well, Issei, who was kind of a little bit smaller at that time, was kind of like, seemed sad. This is where, well, Issei kind of shook his head like, what the hell am I thinking about? No, I shouldn't be thinking about that. No. Never mind. This is where, well, Rias says, are you okay? Issei says, yeah, I'm fine. This is where, well, Issei says, yeah, I'm fine. This is where, well, the Surzek says, well, you two should probably get going. So here, this is where he summons out a griffin. And this is where, well, he then says, you should two get on. This is where Issei does see Kiba, Anaka. Okay, I don't remember the white hair girl so many times because I'm just going to keep forgetting. But it's Koneko. This is where Koneko says, yeah, you should probably get going, blah, blah, blah. She's right now eating and drinking, doesn't really care. This is where Kiba says, yeah, you should probably get going. Don't worry, we'll catch up. Anaka says, yeah, we will catch up. This is where, well, Aisha is there and says, yeah, bye, Issei. This is where Issei says, yeah. This is where, well, they're right now on the griffin, which is flying and all that. This is where Rias is happy to see Issei. But Issei seems to have a distant look. This is where, well, Ria says, "Are you okay, Issei?" Issei said, "Yeah, why?" So Ria says, "Don't lie to me. I I noticed that you gave me so many false smiles. I just didn't ask you about them. Tell me the truth. You know something about that form. You know something, because why would you tell me from well before the what's it called raiding games to kill you if you became a monster? And that fact that you told me about that, meaning that you know a little bit of what that is." Issei sighs and just said, "If I tell you, can you please keep our secret?" So Ria says, "Fine." And so well, Issei says that form is called Vasto, Lord. A form that was, well, mostly caused through experiment. This is where Ria's winds her eyes and says, "What?" This is where she gives a reminder of someone who got experiment also, mostly Kiba. But this is where, well, she kind of says, "By who?" This is where Issei says, "By a very evil man." This is where Issei remembers when he was 15 years old. This is where, well, he was actually taken from his house, mostly from his home and all that, when he was 15. This is where, well, this person had like kind of like not longish brown hair, like short brown hair with one brown highlight like of hair kind of like going towards his face. He had brownish eyes, wore a white coat while experimenting on, well, Issei. Issei says, "Stop. No more." Issei was really hurt. He was near so much blood when he remembers so many memories. So many bodies on the ground. So many of them had masks of hollows. Some of them were human experiment to become hollows. That's where Issei kind of just looks horrified in his face. That's where Issei shakes it off, and that's where he says, "By a very bad man." That's where, Rias can see the horrified that Issei had in his eyes. His eyes became green for a little bit and then just became back to normal. That's where Rias says, "Just tell me, what are you exactly? Because if you are human, then you're showing, well, she didn't say human. That's where she says, what is it exactly? And what is connected? Maybe I can seal it away." Issei says, "Then you might have to just seal my soul away or kill me." This is where Ria said, "What are you talking about?" Issei said, "The thing that form is connected to is my emotions. Basically, any rage, sadness, or anything I feel, I usually become that monster, that Vasto Lord. Or, of a smaller version, I haven't used that form in so many years. I wasn't expecting to go into it. No. But, Rias, I want to tell you something. I am not human fully. After the experiments from the evil man, I became something called hollow. A hollow. Mostly a human with, well, couldn't move on, would have become a hollow natural way. But for me, I was experimenting on, so I became a human half hollow. Also, I might have had other things experiment on me, but I can't remember. But other than that, I became a half hollow, meaning that my emotions should have been suppressed when I became hollow. But yet, I still had a human side of me, stopping it from happening it. But of course, the hollow and the human mixed up, making me, if I became enraged, sadness, or anything, I would have became a hollow, mostly into that powerful creature called the Vasto Lord. The Vasto Lords are powerful and mostly destructive. That's why I told you to kill me if I ever did become one. Reese can right now taking up all the information, nodding, and this is where, well, she then says, "I don't care what you are. I just don't want you to hide your emotions then." This is where, well, Issei does say something about hiding his emotion. That's why he's a pervert mostly the time. He hides his emotion through being a pervert, because if he uses his pervert, mostly like a pervert kind of hidden identity, he won't need to show off what's it called, or mostly keep his mind off of the human emotion like happiness, sadness, anger, or anything. Mostly the other things that he usually feel and trying to kind of like, what's it called, be happy or fervor and all that. It's mostly fake emotions that he mostly has to kind of do. This is where, well, Ria says, then I want you to stop hiding your emotions. That's an order, Issei. Issei then looks at her and says, but this is where Ria says, I don't care. I want to help you. I don't care if you're a human, a hollow, or whatever it's called. You're my. This is where she was kind of blushing a little bit. This is where, well, she leans in closer and just kisses Issei. Issei winded his eyes. This is where Issei's one of his eyes, or both of his eyes, just became green entirely. This is where, well, Issei's like, Ria? This is where, well, Ria said, Issei, I love you. This is where, well, Issei kind of passes out from all the different emotions that kind of just appeared. That's where, well, we go into a time skip, but mostly Ria's living with Issei, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei's eyes has just became green with blue tint, but yeah. This is where, well, it's no longer brown, but yeah. But of course, this is where, well, Rias and the others kind of discover about Issei kind of, well, not truly learning yet, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei and Rias kind of just kept their secret, but yeah. This is where, well, Rias and Issei were kind of walking to school until Issei kind of noticed something. He turns around, thinking that he saw something at the roof, or mostly noticed something, but he then sees nothing but just a bird flying past. Issei says, what was that? This is where, well, mostly Aisha also came with them, but yeah, because they're going to school. This is where Rias says, Issei, so we're gonna have to use your house as like a meeting, but yeah. Issei says, what? But, what? Oh, shit. Okay, fine. This is where Ria smiles, but yeah. Issei says, okay. This is where, well, this is where Issei was still walking along until he heard like this, like blast, or mostly some kind of energy coming towards him. This is where Issei kind of pushes both Rias and, well, Asia out of the way, or Asia out of the way. This is where both Rias and Asia say, Issei! This is where Issei gets hit by a blast. This is where his clothes are ripped now. This is where, well, Issei, like, well, right now kind of opened his eyes and sees in front of him. The smoke is clearing up, and all he sees is a blue-haired man with, like, greenish eyes. Kind of had, like, these greenish kind of, like, coloring under his eyes. Or, well, not green eyes, bluish eyes with, like, this green kind of, like, thing under his eyes. And this is where, well, he has, like what's it called, lightish blue hair, and of course he is right now grinning at Issei. This is where, well, Issei winded his eyes, saying, no, you. This is where Issei gets enraged and says, Grimmjow! This is where Grimmjow smiles after being noticed by Issei. Hey, Issei. This is where Issei tries to punch at Grimmjow. This is where Grimmjow dodges the punch. This is where Grimmjow says, interesting. Are you angry? Are you angry to see me? It's been a while. I want to know if he got any stronger. Grimmjow punches Issei in the stomach. Issei could barely react. He spits out kind of spit and like launches towards like the wall, like a, mostly a fence that was made out of cement. But yeah, this is where both Rias and Asia says, Issei. Issei says, stop. Both of you, don't get closer to me. This is where, well, Grimmjow says, hello. Interesting. Red hair, girl with blonde hair. I don't care. Issei, have you become stronger any time? It's been 2 years from the last time I saw you. Sorry, Issei says, you win, cursed bastard. I won't lose. I won't lose. This is where Issei said, because I am going to get revenge on that brown-headed bastard. This is where, well, Grimmjow smiles and says, then bring it on. Let's see if you're strong enough. This is where, well, Grimmjow right now appears about to punch Issei in the face until a sword, like a long sword, like a big sword, wide sword, blocks Grimmjow's punch. This is where Issei, one of his eyes, mostly one of his eyes is closed while he's looking forward, but the sword appears. This is where he's confused. This is where he says, This is where, well, both Asia and Rias kind of sees an older looking kid or older looking man, taller than Issei, but has orange hair And of course, what's it called? Has orange hair, and of course a sword that kind of looks like well, has this long, like very long but widened sword, and of course has this red braces kind of around his mostly around his like black clothing that he's wearing, and of course he appears right in front of Grimjaw, blocking his punch with the sword. This is where this person says, Grimjaw, what are you doing? Why are you bothering Issei here? Well, Issei-kun here. This is where Issei opens his like right eye because he was closing it because it kind of hurt a little bit. But yeah, that's where he opened his eye, and what his eyes meets is none other than a person with orange hair, a sword that's pretty big, and he hasn't forgot about the sword that looks pretty big, but looks different a little bit. And this person looks a little bit different also from the last time he saw him. This is where Issei said, Ichigo? This is where Issei then passes out because he was tired, because that punch hurt him a lot, even though his body managed to reform from the Vasto Lord. When he became a Vasto Lord, his body reformed, and of course he does have a six-pack, but other than that, he kind of passes out. This is where the person now known as Ichigo just grins at Issei and says, it's been a while, Issei. This is where Grimjaw says, oh, come on, Ichigo. I just wanted to see the kid's strength. I was nothing personal. Ichigo appears right in front of Grimjaw and saying, it's pretty bad for you to attack a child. So, you know what I'm going to do? This is where, Grimjaw says, don't you dare. Why not? Ichigo says, yes, I am. This is where Ichigo made a portal with Aikido and all that, and just throws as a call, Grimjaw in it. Grimjaw says, no, you fucker! This is where, Ichigo just grunts and says, stupid cunt. Well, he didn't say stupid cunt, he just says, bastard. This is where, Ichigo goes up to Issei and just picks him up and says, you should probably get to your house then. I forgot where you left half the time. This is where Rias and Asuya says, sir, can we have him? This is where, Ichigo kind of looks towards Rias and what's it called, Asuya, and says, huh? Are you friends with him? This is where Rias and Asuya nodded. This is where, he says, okay, here. This is where, he kind of gives, mostly Issei towards him. This is where, Asuya kind of walks up to, what's it called, Ichigo, and, mostly kind of goes to Issei because Ichigo was next to Issei. And this is where, she then uses her Twilight Healing on, what's it called, Issei. This is where Ichigo was impressed. Kind of reminds him of, mostly Asuya kind of reminds him of Orihime. But yeah, that's where Ichigo says, huh, so I'm guessing you two are friends, or, you three are friends, or not three, you two are friends with Issei-kun, aren't you? That's where Ryo says, who are you anyway? And why did you protect Issei? This is where, Ichigo says, don't worry about him. I met him 2 years ago. This is where, Rias kind of remembers, 2 years ago, 2 years I became a, this is where, Rias says, are you a part of something that made him become into a hollow? This is where, Ichigo was surprised. This is where he says, huh? You know about that? I guess Issei trusts you enough to actually tell you about that. No, I'm not. I'm the one that saved him. This is where Rias was kind of shocked to believe that this person saved Issei, but yeah. We go into a time skip of mostly Issei waking up to seeing Ichigo. Mostly he kind of sees Ichigo as an older brother, so he says, big brother, Ichigo. This is where, they were mostly at what's it called, the research club, and Issei then kind of stood up out of the bench and saw Ichigo. Now, of course, there were Naka, Kiba, and also, what's it called? And Koneko was kind of like seeing, the orange-haired dude. And of course, when Issei woke up and Issei kind of says, big brother Ichigo, this is where, they were kind of also shocked with that. This is where Rias and, Asuya was kind of shocked with that. But yeah, this is where Ichigo says, hey Issei, it's been a while. It's been about 2 years, shouldn't it be? This is where, Issei kind of has this weird deja vu. Mostly when we go into a flashback. Mostly deja vu flashback. This is where Issei was kind of, around, mostly in a prison and all that. This is where there was nothing but darkness until he got saved by a blast and all that. Just a random blast, and of course someone stumbling upon him. This is where, well, Issei was 15 at that time, while Ichigo was not 19, well, 17 mostly. I think Ichigo was 17 in original canon Bleach. I can't remember, but yeah. This is where, well, Ichigo says, "You okay, kid?" This is where, well, Issei, who was a kid at that time, 15 mostly, says, decides to follow Ichigo out, but yeah. This is where Ichigo does save Issei, but yeah. Of course, where, well, he was kind of brought out of, what's it called, this place after, well, mostly well, bringing Issei out of this place, mostly during Wakamuno. And of course, where Issei went to kind of live on, even though Ichigo kind of met him for a brief moment. This was the Soul Society kind of didn't know what to do with him until there was actually a rift of portal happening. And that's where, well, they kind of allow, well, Issei to go through it because, well, it looks like Issei knew a little bit of this random energy, but he doesn't know much, so of course he did went through it, but of course the Soul Society did manage to keep a track on where Issei's energy would have went. Ichigo was happy for the kid, but of course he was angry at the fact that Aizen did something crazy like this sick experiments. This is where when the defeatment of, what's it called, Aizen happens, Aizen grins and then asks Ichigo, "How did that kid do?" Before getting sealed away. This is where, well, Ichigo widened his eyes and noticed that, yes, Issei was basically an experiment from Aizen. A cruel experiment to see if he can become the strongest Hollow. Maybe to become the next generation of Espadas. This is where, well, Issei kind of says, "I'm doing fine." "So, Ichigo, what are you doing here?" Ichigo says, "What, I can't see my little brother?" That's where Issei says, "Well, yeah, that's true, but I'm just happy that you're here, but how did you get here?" Ichigo said, "You explode with energy." "Oh," Issei wanted his eyes and say, "Oh." It doesn't work. Well, Kiba and the others are just confused because they haven't really got brief on what the fuck Issei went into exploding into rage, but yeah. Issei kind of grabbed the, mostly scratched up his back of his head and say, "Sorry, I mostly exploded out of rage and anger." That's where Issei sighed, well, not Issei, mostly Ichigo sighs and says, "Well, at least I'm happy that you didn't, well, went as much power as ever. We only felt it from the fact that, well, it seems that your Realsu became much, much more than, well, the last time that we saw you. Or, since I met you." Issei says, "I just realized it's leaking out of me, isn't it?" This is where Ichigo says, "Yup, and you have lots. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? You have more than me." That's where Issei says, "Oops. That's where, well, Ichigo says, "Whatever. I mean, you're 17, and I'm still shocked to believe that you have so much Realsu for being 2 years since the last time we saw each other. Yeah, I don't really know how to control it." This is where, well, Ichigo says, "Well, it's kind of connected to your emotions, so yeah." "How did you manage to suppress it, though?" Issei says, "Becoming a pervert like your 2 other friends." Ichigo says, "I should have never let you be anywhere next to, well, those 2. I guess it was a good thing for you being a pervert, but still, I can't really imagine my little brother becoming a pervert." That's where, well, Issei said, "Weren't you also a pervert?" "Okay, don't count me in with, what's it called, Khan. Just because Khan was in my body doesn't mean I'm the pervert, you bastard." Issei kind of just laughs a little and says, "Oh." This is where, well, Ichigo just sighs and says, "Still, it's annoying, but yeah." Well, not really, they're from a different dimension, Ichigo or anything. No, they're not really from a different dimension, actually. They're mostly from the same kind of world, but Ichigo's from a different town. Mostly, I forgot his town's name or city, whatever. In this town called, I forgot what it's called. Mostly were high school DXC, so yeah. They're mostly connected to each other, but yeah. Mostly the Soul Society and the Hollows and others and Quincy's aren't really connected with the Devils or anything. They don't even know about the existence of Soul Reapers and what's it called, Hollows and Quincy's, but yeah. They know there's a different power source, but yeah. Of course, this is where, Issei says, interesting. Ichigo. This is where Ichigo says, yeah? Why are you here exactly? Again, to see you. Jesus Christ, you explode with so much energy, even though you were from a different dimension. Don't know which dimension you were in, but I had a good guessing you were in hell. How the hell did you become in hell? I was fighting a giant fire chicken? Wait. You were fighting against the captain's... Oh, you were fighting against the captain's Bankai? This is where Issei says... No. This is where... Ichigo says... Oh, right, you don't know about his Bankai. Sorry about that. This is where... he was mostly referring to... What's it called? Not the Bankai, mostly the giant phoenix bird that's in the Soul Society. That giant, like, blade that was going to pierce and execute Rukia, but yeah. This is where he says, no, I don't really know what you're talking about. Oh, there must have been just another chicken, another fire chicken, but yeah. This is where, Issei said, yeah. This is where, they actually started mostly get up and walked away, but yeah. This is where Ria says, where are you two going? This is where, Issei says, to show Ichigo around, but yeah. This is where, he says, bye, Ria, I'll come back and talk to you, but yeah. This is where Ria says, This is where, all of her kind of servants then ask about Issei and then the orange hair guy, but yeah. This is where Ria says that she doesn't know much about the orange hair guy, but it seems that Issei seems to be much more friendly and nicer than normal because he did hide his emotions from everyone for about 2 years. And she made sure that he wouldn't hide his emotions ever again. This is where, they managed to get back, almost gets back to the house until, mostly back to the research club and saw Rias there. And this is where Rias was doing something, but this is where Rias didn't open her eyes, just kind of looked up and saw Issei. Where the hell have you been for 7 hours? Talking to Ichigo? Ichigo says, yo. This is where, Rias says, whatever. Issei? Yeah? Are you going to stop hiding your emotions? I'm not hiding my emotions. This is where Ichigo says, that is true. I forgot to mention that you should really stop hiding your emotions. Well, stop being a pervert mostly, because it seems that you're kind of fully in control right now from your white version from trying to take control. Don't know how you did that, but it's gonna... This is where, Issei says, yeah. But how else am I gonna become the Heron King? This is where, Ichigo just burst in and laughs there, and Issei did the same, but yeah. This is where, Ria kind of noticed the fact that Issei didn't really have a dream like that. It was mostly an illusion, but yeah. Or mostly a personality illusion falsely, but yeah. This is where, Ichigo says, down. You know, if my two friends would have heard you say that, they would have been like same, and they would have like tried to recruit you and trying to do something stupid like that. That's where mostly Issei says, yeah, that's true. But this is where, that happens, and this is where, Ria says, whatever. What's it called? That's where Ria said, okay, let's go, Ichigo, let's go to your house. Or not Ichigo, Issei. This is where Issei says, huh? Oh yeah, I forgot you're living with me. This is where Ichigo says, huh? You already has a girl living with you? You know damn well, if my friends noticed about this, they would have gone crazy. This is where Issei says, aren't they like 19? Yeah, they would have been weird about it. This is where, Issei says, yeah. This is where, they're going, but this is where Ichigo says, Issei, tomorrow, tomorrow I want to talk to you. But yeah, this is where Issei says, where are you gonna live? Ichigo says, I'm going back to the society. I'll come back tomorrow. This is where, Issei says, sure. This is where, they get to the house, and of course, this is where Issei is going to sleep, and this is where both Asuya and Ria are sleeping next to him, well close. But yeah, this is where Issei is confused, and his face is all red. But yeah, before he passing out to sleep. This is where, well, he's not really being a pervert, and it's trying not to be, but yeah. Well, not trying to be. Mostly, he's not really a pervert, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into the next day, and of course, Asuya was the only one to see what's it called, Azenia, and also Irina. This is where, well, she was the only one to see that, but yeah. Mostly Issei and Rias got there late, but yeah. This is where, well, the next day happens, and of course, this is where instead of Grimmjow or Ichigo coming out of nowhere, this is where, well, Issei saw someone that he kind of remembers, and usually call him Kenny also. Mostly same with, well, mostly the pinkish hair girl that's next to, well, this giant man. And this is where both Rias and Asuya were about to pass out, until Issei says, Kenny! This is where Issei kind of like jump around what's it called? Most of this giant person that has longish, spiky-ish black hair and has bells a little bit, but yeah. Of course, still has an eye patch, has scars on his face, but yeah. And of course, has this giant grin. And of course, most of the person next to him has like pinkish hair and has gotten kind of big, but yeah. This is where, well, it's none other than Yoriichi and Kenpachi. Yes, sir, Kenpachi says, hey, kid. So, have you gotten stronger? Issei said, no, but Ichigo has gotten stronger. He then points at Ichigo behind, well, Kenpachi and Yoriichi. Kenpachi says, Ichigo! This is where Ichigo says, son of a bitch! You should have told him nothing! This is where, well, they're running away, or mostly he's running away from Kenpachi, but yeah. This is where Issei kind of giggles. This is where Yoriichi also giggles, but yeah. This is where Issei says, hey, auntie, what's it called, Yoriichi? This is where Yoriichi says, hey, what's it called, Issei? So, have you become, you became taller. And yet, how should I say? This is where Yoriichi kind of looks behind Issei and says, are those two your two girlfriends? This is where, well, Issei's face becomes red and says, no. Maybe. This is where, well, Yoriichi giggles and says, oh, I can't believe that the small Issei has become such a big boy. This is where she kind of like pats what's it called, Issei, but yeah. Mostly just, yeah. This is where, well, Yoriichi says, well, I'm happy for you. This is where, well, Issei says, yeah. This is where, well, Kenpachi and Ichigo appear, but this is where Ichigo has Bankai appear already, and Kenpachi already has a sword about to like clash at each other, and this is where Issei says, no, stop it, both of you! This is where, well, something happens, like someone said, Bankai, Senbun Sakura. This is where, well, it stopped Issei and, well, Kenpachi from actually attacking each other, and this is where, well, Kenpachi says, Byakuya! This is where, well, Ichigo says, thank God. This is where, well, Byakuya says, can't you two ever stop from fighting each other? This is where, well, Kenpachi says, no, because the thrill of the battle is always what I need. This is where, well, that's happening. And this is where Issei says, Byakuya? It's been a while since the last time I saw you. Did you get a haircut? This is where Byakuya says, oh, I hate you too. This is where, well, Issei said, he hates me. This is where Yoriichi says, pat, pat. This is where Issei's running down on the ground and kind of just feeling down, but yeah. This is where, well, Kenpachi says, whatever, brat. I will kill you next time. Ichigo says, yeah, I'll kill you too, the crazy bastard. This is where, well, that happens, but yeah. This is where, well, Ichigo says, Issei, I came here to talk to you about if you want, what's it called, Realsu suppression on your body. This is where, well, Kenpachi kind of can feel the little bit of Realsu that's actually pouring a little bit out of Issei, and seeing that can barely be contained. This is where, well, Kenpachi says, yeah, you can get a cool eye patch like mine. This is where Ichigo says, I don't think he would be down for that. This is where Issei, right now, his eye sparkles in the chance of getting like an eye patch like Kenpachi. This is where, well, Ichigo says, no, Issei. This is where Issei says, let's go, I want an eye patch. This is where, well, that happens, but of course, this is where we go into the Soul Society. This is where Arias actually came along with Issei, so he wouldn't went alone, but yeah. This is where Byakuya then make, what's it called, portal to the Soul Society, but yeah. Kenpachi that came back, and also, well, Ichigo. But yeah, this is where, well, Kenpachi was actually asked, mostly, not asked, Mostly Issei asks Kenpachi about what happened to, well, that very bad man. This is where, well, Yorishi kind of spilled the beans and say that man is right now locked up in prison at the deepest, lowest level of Soul Society. This is where, well, Issei says, huh? I thought you killed him. This is where Kenpachi says, I didn't. It was mostly the fight between Ichigo and him and also some others, but don't worry about that. Oh, I see. Then, can I go see him? This is where Kenpachi thinks in his head. I actually finally start thinking, using his head, and said, I don't know. Are you sure you want to see him? Yes. This is where Issei nods his head. This is where Rias right now holds his arm just to make sure that he doesn't do anything crazy. But yeah. This is where, well, they go to the deepest, lowest level. Kenpachi managed to get permission, but yeah, whatever. This is where, well, they kind of see, well, mostly when they're getting closer, the lights kind of turn on, and this is where, well, the person's right now sitting on his throne, like having these kind of like black kind of like ribbons around his body, right now suppressed to the, like, what's it called, chair, like throne and all that, like if he was sitting on a throne. This is where he opened his eyes, showing his brownish color eyes, seeing Issei's greenish eyes, and right now grinning. He looked like to also have an eye patch, but yeah, mostly the ribbon covering up his eye, one of his eyes. This is where his brown hair is still showing a little bit. This is where Issei says, you. This is where, well, Aizen says, ah, hello there, Issei-kun. Issei says, don't call me that crap. This is where, well, Aizen says, it's been a while. So, how has it been, Issei? It's been 2 years, shouldn't it be? Well, I've been here for a while. And I would have been here for millennia years. But I'm happy for you to see me, even though it's been 2 years since the last time I got defeated by Ichigo. Very interesting. So Issei, how do you like that power I gave you? Shut up, Issei said. This is where Issei says, it's not a power, it's a damn curse. This is where Rias is standing behind, well, what's it called? Issei, mostly standing next to Kenpachi and also Yorishi, but yeah, this is where Issei says, it's nothing but a curse. He gave me something that I didn't want to. Why? This is where, well, Aizen said, for science, of course. Don't give me that crap. I know you had something else planned for me. You made me kill so many of my comrades, so many others that you experiment on. Some of them were young as hell. They were 14, 13. They were younger than me. Why? Why did you make me kill them? This is where, well, Aizen kind of just smirks and says, oh, but was it really me that told you to kill them? This is where, well, Ichigo froze. Well, not Ichigo, mostly Issei froze. This is where, well, Aizen grins at Issei and says, was I really the one to tell you to kill them? Or was it you, your deep desire to murder flesh? What was your desire to become the #1 best? That's where Issei says, don't give me that crap. This is where, well, Issei's anger, his face is becoming twisted into anger. That's where Aizen says, come on, Issei. Was it really me, the one to manipulate you to kill them? Or was it your just deepest, darkest desires to kill them? For them being too weak, for them being too small, for them being just not perfect like you. This word. What's it called? Issei says, what are you talking about? Don't give me that crap. Don't give me that bullshit. Stop. This is where, well, Aizen said, come on, Issei. You were basically the perfect experiment I ever had. The only one better than the Espadas. Your power will still be growing. And I'm surprised the reality around you still is growing around you. Even though you managed to suppress it a little bit, but it's leaking out of her body. That's where Issei says, don't give me that crap. Stop. No. Just tell me, what did you put in the fucking experiment? Why am I different from the others? Why is mine having to transform by my emotions? That's where Aizen says, I don't know what you're talking about, Issei. I never did anything to yours. It was the same as the others. That's where Issei says, bullcrap. I know you're fucking lying. I know you're bullshitting me. I refuse to believe that You didn't do anything special to mine. This is where Aizen say, well, I didn't. That was all you, Issei. That was all you. Your emotions and other things was all you. You killing them was all you. Your deepest desires to kill them was basically yours. That's where Issei looks down. That's where, well, Issei looks down to the ground. Rios was about to get close to Issei until energy exploded around Issei, saying, stop lying to me. This is where Issei, a mask appears. And this time Issei is in fully control. This is where he makes a sword out of nowhere. And this is where he tries to kill Aizen. This is where, well, Kapashi appears, grabbing Issei from the head and smashing his skull down to the ground, cracking the mask off of his face, but knocking him out. Mostly unconsciously, but yeah. This is where Kapashi says, don't do anything crazy, kid. This is where, well, Aizen says, hey, Kapashi, why did you do that? This is where Kapashi says, well, first of all, I might be the psycho murderer person to always like a good fight. But you're a true damn monster. Issei didn't have anything to do with you. Well, you're just a monster. You're truly a monster. That's where Aizen says, come on, Kapashi. Don't you want to fight to the death? Maybe Issei can give you that. This is where, well, Kapashi says, fuck off. This is where, well, Kapashi then grabs Issei and gives it to Yoriichi. Yoriichi does like pick him up and all that. And this is where, well, Kapashi says, other than that, I hope you rot in hell. Or just rot forever. For millennia years, just stay there rotting. This is where, well, Aizen says, come on, Kapashi. Come on, Yoriichi. And who might that red hair might be? Am I guessing that that's Issei's girl? This is where, well, the door is shut behind, but yeah. This is where, well, Rios never thought of hearing that much information. This is where we go into mostly a flashback of memory. There were so many other kids that were around Issei. Some of them were similar to the same age. There was like 4 of them to be the same age. Some of them actually was like 16. Well, one of them was actually 16. And of course, all the other ones were like 13, 12, 10, or even 11. They were smaller than Issei. And we're not like 10 years old. Was he 11? That was a max. There was one 10-year-old that Issei took care of so much because Issei was just trapped in Wakamundo for about a couple of months before being freed. But of course, since he was like the second oldest from the 16-year-old, the 16-year-old was like this kind of like female and all that had kind of orange hair and of course these greenish eyes. She was kind of a failed experiment that died from, well, mostly becoming a hollow after, well, she was taking care of everyone. And she was trying to protect them from Aizen. But of course she wasn't strong enough, but yeah. Next there was the other, well, 4 other kids who were there from Issei. They also failed. And that's where Issei was the 5th one. Issei said, no, stop it. He got stabbed by a syringe. That's where Aizen looked at him to see if he would have died. If he would have died, then it would be another failed experiment. Then he has to go against the, well, 14, 13, the 12, the 11, and that last one that's a 10-year-old. This is where Aizen sees Issei not actually dying, instead becoming right now a hollow. But it actually managed to just make it as a hollow mask and take it off anytime he wanted to. He became an experiment that was actually kind of successful. He actually managed to make him also very powerful. Mostly the kind of test object thing that he gave Issei was one that was actually going to see, well, mostly had a 100% of failure, but a -1% of success. That's how rare Issei should have died, or not died. That's how freaking success that Issei should have just died, but Issei lived through, and Issei wanted to protect the others. That's where some of the other kids managed to live through it, and actually also got ingested. But yeah, but this time there were actually more success rates than was it called the one that Issei had. Issei was protecting against the other kids and didn't want Aizen to test will do like a bunch of tests on them, like convict or anything. And Issei was the one to always volunteer. Didn't want to give up. Didn't want any of the other kids to die. Didn't want the 10-year-old to die. The 10-year-old had dark blue hair and dark blue eyes. His name was Shinkai, and of course Issei said, "I won't let you kill him." It's where, well, Aizen said, "I won't kill him. You be the one to kill him." It's where, well, Shinkai didn't know much better. He was only 10, and says, "Older brother Issei." It's where Issei noticed Shinkai. And this is where when Shinkai kind of like walked towards him, he saw so many dead bodies, all bloody. Issei was also bloody from his body. Aizen was grinning. Shinkai said, what happened?" I swear, well, Issei says, "Shinkai, run." This is where Shinkai didn't know, but he decided to start running away from, well, Issei. This is where Aizen kind of just saddened. And of course, this is where Aizen says, "Well, I guess he was a failed experiment." This is where Issei says, "No, I won't let you." This is where he tries to grab Aizen, but Aizen disappears, appearing behind Issei and cutting Shinkai down. This is where, Issei says, "No, you bastard!" This is where he went into Wakemundo and tries to, well, mostly not Wakemundo, Vasto Lorde, and tries to kill Aizen. Of course, where Aizen, he actually grins from the fact that, well, Issei managed to go into Vasto Lorde, even though he was only 15. Younger than any of the Espadas. And this is where, well, he grins. He decides to lock Issei so to kind of get rid of all his emotions. But of course, that didn't happen. So of course, locked him for a couple more months. But yeah, giving him some food because he is still human. But of course, waiting for him to just lose all his emotions, just like Urahara. But of course, that never did happen. It was confusing to him, but he didn't care. He wanted Issei to really become the perfect weapon for him to use against the Soul Society. For him to finally become, well, someone's the user of the Hogekyu. But yeah, that's where, well, he got defeated by Ichigo, even though he could never find, well, Issei that day when, well, Ichigo managed to rescue him. That's where, well, Aizen, remember, was called Issei, even though he was getting defeated by Ichigo, and says, "Well, I hope that kid do fine. Don't you think, Ichigo?" Ichigo and his eyes in confusement, but of course not realize. But of course they were too late, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into Issei waking up. This is where Issei is like next to that like scientist doctor, crazy fucker. This is where, well, he says, "Pretty much the only thing that was kind of broken was your face, but it was still ugly as hell." This is where Issei says, "Screw you too." This is where, well, he says, This is where, well, Issei said, "Hey, since you're a scientist, right? I want suppression seals around my body." This is where, well, the scientist's name was a call. His name is Mayuri, and of course, this is where, well, he says, "You want suppression seals? Are you trying to get a suppression seal on your eye, like Kenpachi's?" This is where, well, Issei says, "Yeah, similar to that, but I want some ribbons, those black ribbons that Aizen has." This is where, well, Mayuri says, or mostly his last name is, his full name is Mayuri Kurosuchi, so of course I'm gonna call him Kurosuchi. This is where Kurosuchi says, "You want those black ribbons, similar to Aizen. You're in luck, kid. I have them, but it won't be enough to be around your entire body." This is where Issei says, "That's fine. I only want them for both of my arms and also my legs. And also, if you have enough, I want one of them to cover my eye." This is where, what's it called? Kurosuchi says, "Fine. This is where, well, Issei does have them on his arm, mostly from what's it called, his wrist, all the way towards his, like, before his, like, elbow, the bone and all that. So, of course, just covering up that part. Same with his other arm. This is where, well, his leg is from his kind of ankle all the way towards the, like, knee, the bone of the knee and all that. Issei has it that much. This is where, well, he then also has the ribbon, the black ribbon, to cover up his kind of, like, face. A little bit, mostly not face, like covering up his forehead and covering up one of his eyes, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, "This seems much better." This is where he feels this Rialto not leaking out, and he doesn't need to like suppress it himself. This is where he says, this feels much better. This is where, well, Maruyuri says, yeah, it should be. Also, if you want to ever release those, you can actually release them with a word. Yeah, it can be any word. This is where, well, Issei said, This is where Issei thinks and says, This is where Issei says, so I can just say purple and it's released. It's released now. Here's where Rialto almost hits with a call Maruyuri. Maruyuri says, yeah, if you want to put it back, I guess the other word will be what? Green to suppress it. This is where it suppresses his body, but yeah. Well, mostly, he needs to put like Rialto into like mostly mouth to kind of like unseal it, but yeah. This is where, well, he just has to say command, and yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, well, things about it. This is where, well, the Rialto stops kind of building around, but yeah. This is where Mario says, yeah, whatever. Also, don't go crazy with it. I don't know how much Rialto dose can actually stop you from, well, building up so much. God, you're like Kenpachi, or that goddamn other perfection bastard. Nah, don't compare me to that bastard. This is where Mario says, whatever. This is where, well, Issei gets out, and this is where, well, he then gets hugged by, well, Rias, and this is where Rias says, I'm happy to know that you're fine. This is where, well, Issei says, yeah, I'm fine. We should probably get going towards, well, back to our world. This is where, well, Rias says, that is true. Also, are you seriously got an eye patch? She gets annoyed. This is where Issei says, I couldn't really resist. Also, you look like that one guy from, don't mention him, I hate his name. I hate what he looks like most of the time. The only thing I actually liked was the eye patch, because it wasn't like the eye patch of, well, Kenpachi's, but yeah. Just don't remind me of that bastard. This is where, well, Rias understand and just kind of went along with Issei, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei did meet the other, like, 13 captains. He did meet, what's it called, well, he meets Shuntui Karakasu or whatever, and of course, it's that guy that usually has that kind of, like, like Sakura blossom thing coat and all that. And that's where he says, if it isn't little Issei, don't you think, Lieutenant? This is where his lieutenant says, yeah. It seems that he brought a girl along. This is where Shinsui says, oh, really? I'm amazed. She looks fine, Issei. You got a good one. This is where, well, his lieutenant punches shit out of the captain, but yeah, this is where, well, the lieutenant says, sorry about, well, captain. This is where, well, she kind of just starts dragging him away, but yeah, this is where, well, Issei says, I forgot about him. This is where, well, Tosho appears saying, oh, it's you, Issei. Damn. That's where Issei says, you got it shorter, didn't you? This is where, well, Tosho says, I'm gonna kill you, brat. This is where, well, basically Rias is dragged along by, well, Issei, and Issei says, forgot about how he gets angry. Basically, Rias says, are you forgetting about things a lot? I barely even know the society and I'm almost killed. This is where Issei says, sorry about that. I forgot about Tosho getting angry about his size. But yeah, he's also a captain. That's where Rias says, interesting. So, what are they captains for? 13th Division. Mostly they are called the Gote 13. Kenpachi was one of them. Ichigo is not one of the captains. Basically, he is a substitute Soul Reaper, but one of the most powerful ones. Of course, there's the others, and that's where Issei goes on and on. This is where Rias is actually seeing the actual true personality of well, mostly Issei. Issei is so much bright and cheerful than normal, than his, well, illusion one. Then he just over here just very bright and cheerful and talking a lot about things. That's where Rias kind of wraps her arms around Issei and says, I like this personality more than your perverted one a little bit, but yeah. This is where Issei says, yeah. This is where his face becomes red a little bit, yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of hears the scream of, like, an orange-haired lady rushing towards him. And this is where he kind of looks at it and says, Auntie Ori. This is where he may say, Issei. This is where Issei says, This is where he's engulfed, but yeah, by a hug. This is where, well, Issei said, hey, Orihime, Auntie. This is where, well, Orihime says, I'm so happy. You become so much bigger. Is this your girlfriend? This is where Orihime is going rambling on, and this is where Issei says, this is Auntie Orihime, also known as mostly the wife of Ichigo. Ichigo says, "Hey, brat." Yeah, this is where Ichigo he was confused with that. He didn't want to say yes and no at the same time, and like son of a bitch. Maybe. This is where Orihime's face becomes red, but yeah, this is where Ichigo says, "I got you." This is where Ichigo says, "Fuck you." But yeah, this is where there was also Chad, and this is where Issei says, "Damn, Chad is still so big. I wish I got to the height." This is where he then says, "I wish I got to the height either Kenpachi's or Chad's height. I'm small." This is where Ichigo says, "Yeah." This is where this is where Issei says, "I mean, then again, Ichigo is still smaller than Chad." This is where Ichigo says, "Listen up, you little brat, I'm gonna kill you." This is where then there's that glasses dude, I forgot his name, but yeah. This is where he says, "So, you're here. Interesting." This is where Rukia says, "Yep, he's here." Basically, Ichigo brought him along, and he almost caused a scene of trying to kill Aizen. This is where Ichigo says, "Wait, how did you get to Aizen?" This is where Issei said, "You're gonna have to ask Kenpachi about that." This is where he says, "I'm not fighting Kenpachi, fuck that." Kenpachi says, "Hey, Ichigo." Oh shit! Ichigo starts running. Fuck this shit. This is where Kenpachi says, "Get back here, motherfucker." This is where we haven't finished our battle. This is where Yorichi says, "Yeah, there goes Kenny again." This is where Issei is kind of giggling, but yeah. Yorichi does smack Issei in the head and say, "Don't ever do something stupid like that again. I know Aizen's a bad person, but still, you would have got easily hurt." Issei says, "I'm sorry." This is where, what's it called? Yorichi says, "But still, I'm happy that you're fine. And Kenpachi didn't, like, break your head or something." Yeah, he's still very powerful. This is where, Issei is, like, meeting up with, like, the other, like, captains, but yeah. Some of them are new, some of them are, he has seen. He has also seen Old Man, what's it called? He's seen, Old Man Yamamoto, but yeah, no, like, the actual captain of all the other captains, but yeah. This is where, Ria says, "Who's he?" This is where, Yamamoto says, "I am the leader, and, like, the captain leader, the captain of the other captains. But I am the leader of the Soul Society. I am Yamamoto." This is where Ria says, This is where, Yamamoto says, "I see that you're a devil. It seems you're like the younger sister of, I guess, Sir Zachary's Lucifer." This is where Ria says, "How do you know about that?" This is where Yamamoto says, "You think I don't know about hell, heaven, and whatever bullshit with the fallen angels? I know about them because they also have caused trouble about the other soul reapers. I don't usually get into those affairs and don't care about their war. I care about my war with the Hollows and the fucking Quincy's, but yeah." This is where Ria says, "Okay, interesting. But other than that, it's a pleasure to meet you, Ria Scummery." This is where the other captains do bow down, except for Kenpachi. Kenpachi is still looking around for Ichigo because he's not there. He didn't care that much, but yeah. This is where Ichigo managed to appear in the 13th captain position, mostly in the one that Kenpachi's in, and he says, "Yeah, I'm also here." Are you serious? She's a devil? What the fuck? This is where Yamamoto says, "That's not all surprising. It seems that young Issei became a devil also, but he still is human, kind of like he's not really human that much, but he's hollow devil and dragon. I can see the dragon, the red dragon inside Issei." This is where Issei says, "Yeah, I don't really know about anything like that." This is where, Yamamoto says, "I have a clue in how to be able to control that, but it seems that you're still suppressing your routes too." That's where Issei says, "Yeah, it kind of still sucks." This is where, other than that, it's a pleasure to meet you, Ria Scummery. This is where Ria says, "Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you also, Yamamoto." That's where, you nodded. "Well, you should probably get going before, something crazy happens or something like that." This is where he says, "That is true. How do we get out of here?" This is where, Byakuya says, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to teach you a way to get back here." So, of course, he does teach Issei a way to get back to the Soul Society if he ever wants to come back. But yeah, this is where, Issei says, "Yeah, bye." This is where, he does bring what's it called, Rias with him towards back to their town. But yeah, that's where Issei says, it's been a long day, and I feel really tired. That's where, well, Rias says, huh, have you gotten much sleepier? I guess it's a suppression. I guess I'll have to learn how to build my spiritual pressure and not lose too much of it or use too much of it, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm tired. He's just breathing, but yeah. This is where Arias giggles, but yeah. That's where, well, they go on to, well, the kind of school the next day, even though it's dark, but yeah, they went to sleep back at the house, but yeah. That's where Rias, she kind of doesn't like the look that Issei has. Of course, you can always take out the ribbon from his head and kind of show his eyes, but yeah. But of course, where Issei, he has those kind of ribbons on his arms and kind of legs, and since he kind of sleep with his kind of like shorts or mostly a shirt and all that, the long sleeves usually don't cover his. Well, they do cover up the ribbons when he kind of is at school or anything like that. But yeah, when he's not wearing any of that, you can clearly see the ribbons. But yeah, Rias doesn't really mind about the ribbons, but kinda. She really is sad about Issei's kind of tragic backstory, because when Rias was kind of hearing about what's it called, mostly Asui and what's it called? Is it Asa? Or I don't remember. Asa or not Asa? Asia and Rias hearing about what's it called from what's it called? Issei's mother about we lost him 2 years ago. Well, mostly 2 years ago we lost him, and then we found him again. He was crying in sadness, but of course, as his dad, he started becoming a pervert when he got to hit 17. Yes, sir, Issei says. God, can you two not please do something like that? This is where Rias can see that Issei was lost from when he was 15. When he turned actual 15, he was actually lost for a couple of months before coming back. This is where Rias is very sad about his, like, well, Issei when he was 15, he barely even talks about it. He's trying to act very cheerful and bright, but yeah. And being less of a pervert, but yeah. This is where, well, we go to the next day of school. This is where, well, the next day of school is mostly what's it called, Rias actually meeting up with Soya. And Soya does talk about what's it called, those people from the church wanting to meet Rias. So of course we go into that. This is where, well, Rias meets up with those people of the church, Zaina and Irina. And this is where, well, Irina is glancing at, well, Issei. Even everyone is glancing at Issei because he has an eye patch. And he's basically, yeah, that's the only thing that's different from him. But yeah, this is where, Issei says, what are y'all looking at me? This is where Kiba says, did you lose an eye or something? Or not Kiba, it was what's it called? What was her name? The white hair girl. Okay, I keep forgetting her name. She says, did you lose an eye or something? Issei says, you can perhaps say that. This is where, well, Ria says, no, he didn't lose an eye. He's just keeping that for some reason. She glances and glares at Issei. Issei says, come on. Whatever. This is where, well, we go outside because they were still kind of making fun of, what's it called? Asia or what's it called, Asia? But yeah, this is where, well, sorry about that. But of course, Kiba was there because he was still angry and hate the, what's it called, people that use Excalibur and all that. And of course, where, well, that is happening. This is where Issei fights against Irina, while Xenia is right now fighting against Kiba. This is where, well, Issei, he makes a sword appear right out of nowhere, a white sword. That's where Issei says, yeah, I'm actually learned this about from Ichigo. Mostly since I'm not a soul reaper, I can make kind of bone-looking white material from the fact that I'm a hollow. Don't worry about that. He made a sword, the white sword that kind of, well, what's it called? Zangetsu, mostly white Ichigo would have, like, yeah. Of course, this is where Issei, he then takes off the ribbon from his head. But this is where, well, he suppressed enough energy from his head. And this is where, well, mostly from his hand up towards his head and all that. And this is where he kind of brings his hand down. And this is where he says holification. And this is where he appears in the holification. And this is where, well, this weird energy appears. This is where it kind of hits, well, both Enya and also Irina. And Irina says, what is that? This is where, well, Kyokina, Akana, and also Akiba are kind of confused because they also feel this energy. This is where they feel like the same energy that was there during the whole rain games. This is where Issei appears saying, you're dead. This is where not Ichigo, Issei appears with his sword right towards Irina's neck. You could have easily died. I suggest next time don't talk shit to Asia if you're not prepared to die. This is where Issei appears right in front of what's it called, Kiba and, well, what's it called, Xenia's attack. And this is where Issei grabs a sword, and this is where he blocks the sword from Xenia. And Xenia says, huh, you think that will actually stop this? This is Excalibur destruction. This is where she tries to use the power, but it doesn't do shit to Issei. Issei pushes Kiba away and says, you know, you shouldn't be going out of rage and revenge. I know more about that than anyone here. This is where, well, Kiba was confused, but this is where Kiba got his stomach kicked in by Issei, knocking him out. He was knocked out. This is where Issei, he appears right in front of the car, Xenia, and says, you, on the other hand, I suggest you don't talk shit about my friends unless you want to die. Now, Issei's voice was all distorted thanks to the mask. And so, well, Issei says, next time you go against my friends, you're going against me. And I don't take people too lightly. I don't care if you're a girl or not. This is where, well, Issei then lets go of, well, mostly the sword that was near her neck, and it dissipates into nothing but just vanishing. But yeah, this is where, well, it dissolves mostly and then vanish. This is where Issei gets out of his mask. It just starts crackling, or just cracking because he just rips it off. But yeah, this is where Issei says, well, you're done. This is where he smiles at Issei, but this is where Issei says, huh? Yeah, she is actually smiling at Issei, but yeah, this is where she was confused, but everyone was confused. This is where Rias, she was shocked, but still amazed with Issei's power. This is where, well, Issei has actually figured out how to go holification thanks to, well, Ichigo did teach him how to do that. How to go into Vasto Lord, that would be a different question because he doesn't know how to do it. This is where, well, or take control of it, but yeah, this is where Issei says, really, older brother, you suck. This is where, well, Ichigo says, shut up, brat. This is where, well, Issei kind of just laughed, but yeah. So that's why Issei can control what's it called, going to holification, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of says, well, I'm hungry. I want to go get food, but yeah. This is where, well, that happens. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here for, well, part 1 of this What If. Now, I know part 2 might be whenever. I also know that, yes, I should really just stop, what's it called, doing part 1 and actually continue on. But I'm going to continue on mostly with, what's it called, what if Naruto, or not Naruto, what if Issei was the Shadow and Dragon Monarch? And then I'll continue on with either this one or what's it called, the Descendant of Sparta. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to leave it off here. So goodbye, Choco folks. And other than that, bye-bye. And yeah, bye-bye.